Hello, welcome to yet another interesting special report right here on Agricultural Research Council of Nigerian Television. My name is Joshua Ishaya. The Student Union Government of Federal College of Animal and Health Production Technology VOM in Jos recently paid a courtesy visit to the Executive Secretary of Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria, who happens to be the immediate outgoing provost of the institution, to forward issues bothering the student, especially security. The delegation was led by Comrade Ato Nse, officials and members of the Student Union Government of the Institute. The SCG president started by thanking the Executive Secretary over the transformation he brought to the Federal College of Animal Health and Production Technology VOM with the introduction of new department and laboratory equipment during his stay as the provost of the college.
Many of us came to the college and we heard about you. Some of us only witnessed your unveiling when you are leaving. We saw what you have done for the progress of the greatest Nigerian students. And in the process of our studies, we also witnessed, and we are still witnessing, and we are also feeling your impact still in the environment. Based on the history of the college, it started with few departments, but when you came, you brought many departments, the likes of computer science, SLT, environmental, etc., because there are plenty. And as we are studying also, we also got many courses added to our college, which will enable our fellow brethren at home to come up and meet us. We have SLTHND, we have public health, we have rural economics, ND, we also have agribusiness, ND. So we feel deemed it fit to come up and appreciate you on behalf of the greatest Nigerian students, Federal College of Animal Health, Production and Technology, VOM.
Comrade Nse further stated that their visit is to call on the Executive Secretary to help improve the security architecture of the institution and other issues bothering the institution.
Sir, we are here to table some of the students' cries to you as a father. You have been there for us, you are there for us, and we know that you always be there for us. Since when I came to the environment with some of my escorts that were present, that was since 2017, we noticed that once it's rainy season, we start facing security challenges in the environment. So, sir, and we keep on losing students. 2020 we lose students. One student from Kaduna State. Also, this year we lost students from VOM in Chaha. He was shot to death. Sir, we want to plead that as you always loved us, we want you to continue loving us. We want you to help us and improve the security structure in that area. Because the more there is security threats, the students will never be at ease to study. Secondly, sir, we want you to also help us, knowing that we have a campus in Chaha and the road is not that good, and our coastal buses that we are having, most of them are old, and with the population we are having, the departments have increased and the number have increased also. So I will be glad if you help us with a coastal bus, sir.
Professor Hamidu Shaributu, in his response, thanked the students and assured them of his readiness to contact relevant authorities to cover the menace in his capacity.
We really sympathize with you for losing your colleagues because it's not easy. And especially, usually when these hoodlums strike, they strike at our best. They strike at people that, they are so much dear to our heart. This is very, very unfortunate. Again, I'm really very happy. And it's part of my happiness that in lighter mood, I would like to recognize all of you as comrades. My only problem with the comrades there is that immediately we finish and we're in big position, we tend to drop the name comrade and go by our special names. But I have not known VOM to produce people that will either drop the principle that we left behind, not to talk of their names. I just pray that you will uphold that spirit. You try as much as possible to see that we go out and we are doing the best that we can. There is one thing I know, which we tried in VOM to do. And I tried as much as possible to make sure that the students are involved in governance in itself. You know that when you pay your fees, it includes T-ship, it includes hostel repairs, it includes this. And I know one of the things I insist on doing there is that if we are going to tamper with such money, I insist that the student union government, if you recollect, must be part of that expenditure so that you know what we are doing with your money. All these things I did not do just because we wanted to show that we were transparent. We wanted to inculcate into you the spirit of togetherness. Let us move together. The environment under which you are studying, we decided to improve it a bit, just for you to be able to have the tools. I can beat my chest to say that as far as teaching materials are concerned, I doubt up north here if we can get the type of equipment that the Federal College of Animal Health and Production Technology VOM has. Number one, we rely on the facilities in VOM, MVRI, even though, you know, during my time they cannot deny because some of us are the fathers of veterinary medicine in this country. So wherever I go, they must give us. But we try to acquire some of these materials ourselves. And I'm very happy that when Jude came on board, he also decided. I learned that he has improved on the number of tractors, the hay baler, the slashers, because I went there and saw it myself. And maybe let me also thank you for the support you are giving him, because I know that there was a serious misgiving when he wanted to construct the auditorium. And when he came to me, I told him, look, the best way to deal with people who are recalcitrant, if you behave as if they are not there, get somewhere and construct. And the glory be to God, he listened to me and he went back to the guest house. And we looked at the advantage of building that auditorium in the guest house. The advantages are so many. Our company, the CAH, is undertaking a lot of training. And we want a situation where we will build a model in that place, so that if you have any of your occasion, you feel very safe. If your colleagues, when you invite your colleagues for anything, you also have them there hosted in that place. Because I have no doubt in my mind that if you imbibe what we have inculcated into you, the sky is the limit. The sky is the limit. We work together with these people. Yes, they are directors in their own right. Yes, they have PhD. Yes, but what is keeping us going is because they are able to keep their minds in the framework that we have. And so we develop ourselves. And that is what I expect of you as students, to make sure that whatever you are doing, you are also making progress in your own right. You spoke about challenges. This year, you know, we have a new law, and the new law has dictated that we should be able to intervene and interfere with the budgeting system. And we have discussed. I remember pretty well that unless if the National Assembly removes it, I know that the provost is trying as much as possible to see that that third road is put into his budget. You also recall that when I was the provost, I was very close to His Excellency, the Governor of Plateau State. And that road there is a state government road. He has given the contract.
The Executive Secretary also called on SUG delegation not to allow negative issues that will bring about breach of peace. He urged them to continue to live in peace at all times in order to reap the dividends of education.
At his for you, those of you who are young, I know that it's not all of you that are from Plateau State, but this issue of national development, we must think about our nation. And it is not for you to go and learn chemistry, VLT, home economics, agri-technology. That's not the only thing that is expected of you. The degree is useless. Whatever you obtain is useless when you cannot use it to better the life of the citizen. And that's the only thing that you can be remembered for. What we need to do is to be able to manage ourselves very well. Again, I remember during the crisis, that was when I wanted to introduce VLT. Because that college is the father of VLT. There has never been VLT in any African university or college. I introduced it.
In the meeting, we had the respected and distinguished staff of ARCN who also admonished the students to make sure they focus and eschew religious differences and exegesis at all costs.
It is our pleasure to have you today with us here. We are grateful to our Creator for making it possible to really accomplish your mission of coming to see your father, or maybe your grandfather, so to say. I happened to be at your college for one assignment, and I discovered so many developmental projects put in place by the ES when he was the provost of the college. So it is a giant stride on his part, and we hope one day you will rise to do the same.
Please and please, when you get back to the school, you represent the entire students, call for Congress and pass the message of the advices that your father or our father gave you. Please call for Congress, pass the message clearly so that others can benefit too.
I want to advise that just like we're here for the progress of the nation, we're here for the progress of the people. I want to ask you to take your studies very serious. That's the part of greatness. It's not in rank calling and everything that people engage in. So I want to say take the advantage of the facilities and the leadership, the mentorship. Your future is going to be great by reason of the father you have had, the things they have laid down, and therefore you have you are guided on the path of greatness. So we want to request that you take good advantage of this opportunity and you become great in life.
And to put it before you, the executive secretary here trained me. He was my lecturer. So even when I was serving in union, he was my dean. And indeed, whenever we had issues and we felt it needs to be addressed, to be candid with you, unionism had its own way to be taken, and you should take it politely. Every other student will expect you to take the lead and guide them, and how you lead them will actually determine the outcome of whatsoever struggle you are pushing for.
Strike and causing commotion cannot, give you any development. So I would advise you to always seek for advice and clarification when there is anything that you don't understand.
You are welcome to ALCN, and we are very glad to have you around. The ES has said many things, and there is nothing to add. But I will just admonish you that you are first of all students before comrades. And so you need to show the kind of commitment that will take you to greater heights in your studies. And then you are in that school today because some people built it. And make sure you uphold the legacy of that school. If you bring down the school, there will be no future for that school. So the future of the school depends on you.
I want to start by saying that there's a Japanese proverb that says, vision without work is daydream, while work without vision is nightmare. Now the point is, we are all leaders in our own rights as students, and it's important we allow vision to guide us. There are a lot of distractions on campus, out of campus, But what we have defined as the height or the level we have set for our lives, we should just follow it. We should not allow ourselves to be distracted. Because the truth of it is, John Maxwell says, a leader is one who knows the way, goes the way by showing the way. A lot of people look up to you as a model. A lot of people look up to you as examples. What legacy are you going to leave, even as you are as students, in your environment, in your communities? A lot of people are looking up to you. So we must live a life that will be a legacy for people to look at. We must be a life that is an exemplary. And at the end, we'll find reward for all effort that we are putting in our lives.
There are things that are of rights, and there are things that are of privileges. So you should not be fighting for anything unless it is clearly defined that this is our right and we are fighting. And even fighting for your right, there are standard procedure for fighting for your rights.
It was a very interactive session with the Executive Secretary of ARCN, who promised to always protect the students' interests at all times and promised to present the students' demands to the appropriate authority to the best of his ability.
We're looking for the best for you people. And if you have anything, you tell us. We'll find a way in a very, very calm atmosphere. Please use your powers as comrades only at the last stage of things, when it becomes too difficult. But I know that with Jude there, you will not find problem. If he gives you problem, just tell me. Just a phone call or a text message. Tell me that, Jude is a problem, and then I will know what to do in that place. So I want to thank you, and I have to go this lane because I will not have the opportunity to go and lecture you. So since you have come now, it's train the trainers. You go there and tell people, we're ready to support you anytime, anyhow. But let us have peace. And I want you people to graduate. Let us see that you are something. This position should be taken over by you.
On that note, we come to the end of this special report on Agriculture Research Council of Nigeria. My name is Joshua Ishaya, urging you to always stay tuned and stay through.